get a good drink of water in. Lip gloss. Ow, son of a bitch. Is that nail already broken? Okay, yeah. Hey guys, it's Zoe and holy fuck, it's been a long time since I've done this. If you forgot who I am, I'm your favorite book nerd. Hopefully. No. Oh. Anyways, so I'm just gonna dive right back into things and pretend that I haven't been gone for a month and a half, I think was the last time I actually filmed. I had put 2 videos up at the beginning of this month, but that was like 20 days ago. So we're gonna pretend that that gap never happened and get back into it with my December wrap up. I read 43 books in December. Don't ask me how, don't ask me when I found the time. I don't know. I blocked out the entire month. I did it. Somehow I sat down and I did it. 43 books in 31 days. Yes, there were quite a few short stories, not short stories, novellas. There was one graphic novel, and I hate graphic novels, but I had one and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna read it. But like decent sized books for the most part, so I don't even know when I found the time to do this. So because there are so many books that I need to talk about, I am going to give you the name, the title, oh Jesus Christ, the author's name, the title, and what I thought about it, and my star rating. I have my Goodreads here, so I'll go in order because I don't really remember what I gave each book exactly. Like I remember how I felt about them, but I don't remember the exact star rating. Anything else I need to talk about before I get into this? Oh, he's kicking so much right now. Oh, I need to talk about this shadow. First of all, okay, this here, that's from the window. Please ignore it. It's bothering me so much anytime I get a glimpse of it. Like it's, oh my God. We're doing great. Yeah, he's kicking right now. Let's adjust this for a hot second. Can you, oh, my pants are all the way undone. It's fine. Look at it. You can't really even see it like that. Look at it. Ah! Look at that belly. 27 weeks. 27 and a half weeks almost now. And I've got the dark line. Oh, look at it. It's hot. Anyways, let's get back to talking about books and not being fucking weird. That'll never stop. Okay, that's not the same angle. Beep, 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 beep. Still not the same angle, but fuck it. Okay, the books are over there because I didn't want to bring them over here because it's a lot of bending and lifting and I'm not about that life. I'm gonna grab the first little batch and no, there's something else I need to talk about. If you recall, the first of the month, the video that I put up for New Year's, my booktube anniversary, I was hosting a giveaway and I've totally just blanked on announcing the winners from the YouTube and the Instagram giveaways. So we're gonna be doing that right now. The Instagram one I will be announcing on Instagram, so go over there and check that out. But I don't remember off the top of my head who the fuck won this thing. So I'm going to put it right here. This lovely person won the giveaway. I will leave it in the description box below as well. And I will be contacting this person before you actually see this video. If they do not respond within 48 hours, I will pick another person. So please respond because it's 50 bucks to Book Depository, 50 Canadian. Okay, first batch of books. Let's go. I'm gonna do it in groups of 5. Am I in focus? I don't even know if I was in focus. Oh. Okay, cool. Dropped all of those. Yes, I remember the order. Okay. Oh my God. Pray go down. So the first book that I read in December, I don't know if I said this, but I'm going in order from the beginning of the month to the end of the month because I had been putting them back in order on a shelf so I could remember. Forethought. Who knew that I had that? The first book that I read was The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. Already forgot about getting my Goodreads out, but we're fine. We're fine. I think I either gave this a 4.5 or a 5. Oh, I gotta find my 2019 reading challenge. Son of a mother's lover. Let's go back. Let's go back. Back in the beginning. 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really frackin' loved it. The reason that I gave it 4.5 and not 5 stars was probably entirely my fault. We're gonna go ahead and say it's most likely my fault. I kind of zoned out a little bit during the audiobook sometimes, so I was a little bit lost, but the story kind of lends itself to getting lost because there's time jumps and it's like 2 different storylines happening at once that kind of converge. I'm not gonna say when because I don't want to spoil it, but when it does, it makes so much fucking sense and it was so good and I need the next one. one. Oh my god, fucking love this book. Oh, it was so good. I think I ended up just like finishing this in December. I didn't start it in December, but I finished the last 100 or so pages at least, so we're counting it as a December book. And then after that, I read Chris Grimley's Frankenstein. So this is a graphic novel based on the original text by Mary Shelley. Again, I hate graphic novels. This fucking shadow, look at it. Oh my god. I hate graphic novels. They just don't hold my attention. I end up skipping over most of the pictures and just reading the text. And I have read Frankenstein before. Also, let me see if I can find a page of that. Like, I'm not a huge fan of this style of illustration. If you are, I would recommend this book. And especially if you do like the Frankenstein story. But just something about these illustrations, was not a huge fan. I don't even know if I actually rated this. I gave it 3 stars. I would recommend it, but not for me. And then I read 2 novellas, Beautiful Bitch and Beautiful Boss, both by Christina Lauren. These are companion novellas to the Beautiful series, which I had read in November, I believe. I think it was November. One of my favorite series. These were just like perfect little zip-zips. I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but I love them. I want to reread the series again already. I might, just for shits, because it was so good. I gave both of these 5 stars, like the rest of the series. It's just perfect. Everything about it is just perfect. I love the entire gang, the crew, the squad, whatever the hell you want to call them. I love them. They're fantastic. And then to keep the short books rolling, I read a poetry collection. So I went from all of the things I hate. I hate graphic novels. I hate novellas typically because there's just, I like long books. The longer, the better. But I really like those 2 because it was part of a bigger series. Generally though, like not a huge fan. And then poetry. I fucking hate poetry for the most part, especially like more modern poetry. Not really my jam. However, one of Kurt's good friends, his dad actually wrote this collection. He was a professor at my university. He retired before I started there and then he died while I was at the school. So I told the friend that I would read his book just because I'm a nice person. But my god, I don't like poetry. There were some that kind of stood out. It was pretty cool seeing references to the city that I grew up in. Well, one of the 2 cities next to each other. This area's kind of weird. Everything's all just kind of together. Didn't rate this because I don't know how to rate poetry. I don't know. Not a huge fan. But if you like poetry, I would recommend it because local author and I know the family. Okay, next 5 books. Let's go. The next 5 are a transition from all adult books to all young adult books. I read, you know what, these are gonna go out of order because I read a series, but I read another series in between. I was like mishmashing. So I read the Ruby Oliver series by E. Lockhart. The boy book, what's next? The boyfriend list. I do believe that this is the second one. No, this is the first one, the boyfriend list. And then this one, the boy book, is the second one. And then there is the treasure map of boys. And I thought that it was just a trilogy, but it is a quartet. There's a 4th one. Wouldn't have read them right now if I had known there was a 4th one. I would have waited because I'm gonna have to reread this by the time I find the 4th book because I've just been picking them up at used bookstores. I read these 2 as a young teenager and this one as a 26-year-old. I think I gave all of these 3 stars. Pretty much everybody pissed me off, but like the nostalgia was there, but just the way a lot of things was handled was, a lot of things were handled. Yeah, words. Not a huge fan. They were entertaining. She's kind of an asshole. She's really an asshole. The friends are assholes. Everybody's just a teenage asshole. And I'm like, if I ever acted like this at all, my mother would have beat the living shit out of me. Actually, no, she would have just given me the look and then I would have shit myself and like never spoken again because I'd be too terrified of my mother being disappointed in me if I acted like this. So, ooh. Also, like, none of my friends acted like that. There were people at my school that were kind of like that, but just never really enjoyed being around those kind of people. So, like, not a huge fan. And then I read the rest of the series later on. We're just gonna go with these 2 for now. I did a reread of the Magic in Manhattan series. I finally got the 4th book a couple months ago. I had the 3rd one, but wanted to wait until I got the 4th one so I didn't have that kind of fiasco where I can't binge the whole series. First book is Bras and Broomsticks. The second one is Frogs and French Kisses. And the what comes after 2? The 3rd one and the 4th one are over there. I think I gave them 3 stars, maybe 4 stars each. I think I rated them all the same. 3, forgot to rate that one, forgot to rate that one, forgot to rate that one. Forgot to rate a lot of these, holy shit. Okay, anyways, I did enjoy them. The nostalgia again, but the main character, she's 14 in the first 2 and then 15 in the second one, and then I think 16 in the third one, or the fourth one. I don't know. But she starts out at 14, and my god, is she an immature 14-year-old. Literally everything is about her. And her 12-year-old sister, 11, 12-year-old sister is like, pull your head out of your ass. There are bigger things in the world than you and the boy you like. And again, if I ever acted like this girl, oh my god, life would have been miserable for me. But, you know, she eventually comes around by the end of the fourth fucking book, so there's hope. But then the young sister, it's more understandable when she starts acting like a 12-year-old because she's a fucking 12-year-old, but she kind of started pissing me off later on in the series. The parents were kind of shit, like maybe just parent, I don't know, pay attention to your kids. Going back and rereading some of the books that I read as a teenager now that I am a mom is like, test me. If these children that come out of me act like this, no. In this house, we are raising well-rounded human beings who are respectful and not little fucking shitheads. You hear that, Curtis? We're not raising shitheads. Next 5. We're going out for lunch with the moms. We're buying them lunch for helping us with the nursery so much and everything. So the next 4 are all adult books again, and then I have the next book in that young adult series. And they're all romance because it was a big romance month. First up is Finding Christmas by Karen Shaler. This was a Christmas romance. She co-wrote The Christmas Prince, which, like, I am a slut for cheesy Netflix Christmas movies like that. Oh my god. So wholesome, so cheesy. This read exactly like one of those movies, and it was everything that I needed. It was so cheesy. It was so cute. There's a dog, a little doggy here. His name is Dasher because he runs everywhere. So cute. So perfect. It was exactly what I needed. 5 out of 5 stars, but very, very cheesy. If you're not into like those kinds of movies or those kinds of books, wouldn't recommend, but if you... Draco just slid halfway across the laundry room because he tried to run away from Tyson at the stairs. Go team. If you live for the cheese like I do, definitely recommend. And then I have Well Met by Jen DeLuca, Madison Mary from Princess of Paperback. She got me this one. Fucking loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. It was cheesy. There was a Renaissance fair. I love it. Everything about it. I liked the romance. I liked the concept. I think it was really well done. I know a lot of people didn't really like it, but fuck if I didn't love it. This next book, got me right away. The next one is Crashing the A-List by Summer Heacock. And if you recall back to my birthday book haul, because I bought this one for myself for my birthday, I said the guy's name reminded me of Benedict Cumberbatch. And the whole time I was reading it, all of the descriptions of him, they sound just like Benedict Cumberbatch. And I was like, is this even allowed? And then sure enough, in the author's note at the very back, is it the author's note or the acknowledgements? One of the two. The very last paragraph in the acknowledgements. And finally, to a very specific British actor, the star of my post-heart attack, heavily medicated fever dream that inspired this novel, thank you for the unintentional plot bunny, and for not suing me should you ever discover the existence of this book. Please. Thanks. Cheers. It's Benedict Cumberbatch. Oh my god. I really enjoyed this. I gave it either 4 or 5 stars. 5 stars. It was hilarious. It was so cute. I loved it. He was kind of a giant dickwad, but like, he made up for it. But the thing is, okay, that's what I didn't mention in the last one, and then this one, and then the next book, I remember saying, please God, let there be some good smut. All of these romance books, they have maybe the one big smut scene, and I think this one just was fade to black the entire time, so if you're not a fan of smut but want romance, I would recommend this one. I just need romance with more smut, because your girl's a hoe. The next book was Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore, which was the first historical romance that I've read in a fucking long time, and I loved it. But again, not enough smut. Also 5 out of 5 stars. And then the third book in the Magic in Manhattan series, Spells and Sleeping Bags. I don't know why that's in there still like that. Again, I think I would have rated it 3 out of 5 stars if I remembered to fucking rate it. A lot of the issues that I had with the characters in the first one and the second one were starting to get resolved by this one, which was nice. We like to see character growth, especially in teenagers. Don't be shitheads. I'm gonna do this one out of order. Then we had the fourth book. I cannot fucking count in the Magic in Manhattan series, as we can see by the cover continuity here. Some of the issues got resolved from the first, second, and third one, but then a whole whack of new issues came out about you need to fit in and telling a character to change everything about herself to fit in. And yes, she realizes that like that's not good and it's bad advice, but like the main character just has it in her head that what other people think matters way too much, and like I get that. I remember feeling like that too, but she takes it to a way too far level. I read these as almost like parenting books for like what not to do, because like the mom's a little bit too self-obsessed. So head out of the ass, help your children grow and become good people. And then I read another young adult series called In or Out. First one is In or Out. And then we have Sweet and Vicious and Loves Me Not, very shiny, and Friends Close, Enemies Closer. So these are by Claudia Gable. I forgot to mention the Magic in Manhattan series is by Sarah Milanowski. The best friends in this, the one, like, she's not as bad as the other one makes her out to be with her anxiety. Like, her anxiety issues are very valid and she's not using them as a crutch or anything, and it's just she's trying to deal with anxiety as a teenager. But the best friend is a piece of goddamn shit, and I'm a little bit upset at how it all played out. But speaking as somebody who has had several very shitty best friends from teenage years to now, not you, Julia. You're the best. I love you. My Julia. Oh, moment of silence for the best friend in the whole world. She's fantastic. Find one like her. Anyways, I digress. Yeah, the best friend, Marnie, in this is Garbaggio. Garbaggio. Cheese and rice. Everything is everybody else's fault all the damn time. Honey child, you're the problem. It was you the whole time. Anyways. Ooh. Throwing things. Next 5. The next 5 are a mix of young adult and adult. We're going out of order here because I read a series out of order again. I have Alex and Eliza and Love and War, both by Melissa De La Cruz. I don't have the third book in the trilogy yet. Can't remember what it's called, but I'm pretty sure the cover's yellow. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This one was 5, this one was 4. I like this one a touch better. This one, I don't know, something about Love and War just wasn't quite up to snuff. I'm still obsessed with Hamilton. I don't think it'll ever go away. I really like the take on Alex and Eliza's story. Again, like this one a little bit better than this one. I like the family dynamics in this, and Alex is kind of a shithead in this one, but like historically accurate. But something about this one didn't feel quite the same as this one. Like, it just didn't have the same vibe. Something about it just seemed rushed in a way, but still really good. I really did like both of them. And then I have a book that has been chewed to shit by my dog. Dirty Rowdy Thing by Christina Lauren. This is the third book. This is the third book in the Wild Seasons series. I did like the Beautiful series better than this one. The first book in this series was the first Christina Lauren that I ever gave less than 5 stars to. But I did give this one 5 stars. I loved it. The love interest is Canadian. What's not to love? He's a Canadian fisherman. He's from the West Coast. Never been out there, but like, hey Kathy. I really like this one. I love these characters. I love the dynamics. Like the smut. There's lots of smut in these ones. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And then I have The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. I think I ended up giving this quite a high rating. Yeah, I gave it 5 stars, which no one was more shocked than moi, because I hated the way the male lead, what's his name? Leon. I hated the way his chapters were written. I hated the writing style. It was just jarring. But then I listened to the audiobook and I got used to it, and it was much better in audiobook format because I couldn't see how the things were written, and it didn't bother me as much when I couldn't see it and I could just hear it. It flowed a lot more nicely via audiobook, and I ended up loving the way that it worked out. If I read the whole thing though, I probably would have given it 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then I reread The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. I don't think I changed my rating on this. I think I still, yeah, 4 out of 5 stars for this one. It was good, but there's a love V, and we all know how I feel about love Vs. They suck. They're garbage. I hate them. Stop it. And it was just totally unnecessary, the whole thing. But outside of that, and the romance in general, I really like this one. Next 5. I lied. The Christina Lauren was the second one in the series. Okay. And then I read The Shadowhunters Codex, where I don't know where the dust jacket is for that, by Cassandra Clare and Joshua Lewis, I believe. I don't even know if I rated this because... Ooh, I burped. It's fine. Everything is fine. No, I didn't rate it. It's like a companion book that's a textbook, and it really read like a textbook in some places, in that I fell asleep. There were some bits that were really interesting, and I would really like to see a series that focused on the Silent Brothers and the Iron Sisters, because I really, really like the concept of those two groups of people. But there was a lot of this that just was very dry. And you could tell that they tried to make it not dry, but it was still really fucking dry. And then I have 2 more Christina Lauren books, Dark Wild Night and Wicked Sexy Liar. This one is number 3, this one is number 4 in the Wild Seasons series. I almost said trilogy, but there's 4 books. 5 out of 5 stars for both of them. My brother brother is calling me. I'm not answering you right now. Y'all can go to voicemail. And then I read Faker by Sarah Smith. Really fucking liked this one. This one was a hate to love, and I am a slut for hate to love. But again, I don't remember there being enough smut in this. Anyways, if you have recs for books with lots of smut, drop them down below. 5 out of 5 stars. I think I said that already. Romance, it's really hard for it to drop below 5 stars for me because I am very easily pleased. We could make a joke in there, but we're not going to. And there's not like a ton that I need from a romance for it to be really good, especially when I've been in a slump, which 2019 was oddly a very slumpy year. I still read 150 books in a year, but I slumped through a lot of it. And then like months like December where I powered through 43 fucking books. They smash. 5 stars. Simple. And then, totally contradicting everything I just said, I read Passion on Park Avenue by Lauren Lane, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. There was just something missing. I don't know. Could have been the lack of smut. If we're being totally honest, I think that's what it was. This shirt is just... Ooh, and it's really short. Like I said before, I prefer long books, even romance. I just like longer books. I like the filler stuff that people say makes books really slow. I tend to enjoy that. I like knowing what's going on in the day-to-day lives of the characters because I'm a nosy bitch. Something about it didn't fully click with me, but I did really enjoy it. And again, I think it's just a lack of smut. I am my mother's daughter. Next 5. The next book is the reason that I save any sort of best of list until the next year, because at the end of December, I read one of my favorite books of the entire year, if not my favorite book of the entire year, which was Not the Girl You Marry by Andy J. Christopher. This book is the first time that I have felt so represented in a book ever, from the biracial character to the issues with parents to the issues with self-esteem and being seen a certain way, and just, it was perfect. 5 out of 5 stars. I couldn't pick up another book immediately after this. I had to stop and sit and absorb how seen I felt with this book. The smut helped. I loved everything about it. I was blown a fucking way. I went into it thinking I was really gonna like it just based on the synopsis, but I wasn't expecting to open a book and feel like I had been stalked, okay? Stalked. It was so accurate to just my own personal struggles growing up. That's how we say that word. I don't know. I really felt like I was stalked. I had to call my mom and tell her I had been stalked. I had to tweet the author and be like, did you stalk me? There's an author's note at the beginning talking about a lot of the struggles, again, with being biracial, with the parental issues and just a whole bunch of different things. And by parental issues, I mean with my father, not my mother. She's the best, as we've all seen. We love you, Mom. Sperm donor can fuck off. Ooh. That's a video for another day. It was just everything. It was everything that I didn't know that I needed, and I'm really happy that I got to it at the end of a really shitty year, but a great year at the same time. And then next I read The Wedding Date by Zara Stoneley. I don't think I rated this one pretty high. No, this was 3 stars. It was just not what I thought it was gonna be, and all of the characters kind of pissed me off. The romance didn't really feel like real. It wasn't what I wanted, wasn't what I was expecting, and it was just kind of very blah. It was good, it wasn't great. And then I read the sequel to Passion on Park Avenue, which is Love on Lexington Avenue, and I might have given this one, yeah, I gave this one 5 stars. Oh my god, did I read 44? I read 44 because one was an ebook. Nice! 44 books. 5 stars. I like this one better. Something about this one just vibed better with me than the other one. I just said vibed. Oh my god, get me off Twitter. I read this novella, There Is for the Night, which was recommended by Madison Mary, because I said, honey child, I need smut, and she's like, here. And it was great. It was a novella, a prequel novella. I need to read like the actual novel. I will get to it. But that one, 5 out of 5 stars. It was a polyam book novella. Perfect. Loved it. Everything I needed. And then, like a fucking dummy, I read Illuminae by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. Look at this thing. Large. Everyone's like, oh, short books. Here's some recommendations for short books. And I'm like, what is this? Almost 600 pages? 599 pages. Seems legit. Let's do it. Holy shit, why did I put this off? It was so fucking good. 5 out of 5 stars. This book was so fucking messed up, but in the best possible way. And I usually am not a huge fan of sci-fi, but I need to read the other 2 books, and I need to see how it ends, and I need to see how fucked up it gets, because holy fuck, was this book fucked up. Woo! Then I read The Crown's Fate by Evelyn Skye, the sequel to The Crown's Game. This one, again, 4 out of 5 stars. Same issue with the romance. I don't know. It was good, but it was missing something. And we're almost done. There's 8 books left, and 6 of them were a series. I reread, this is all out of order, the Gallagher Girls series, starting with I'd Tell You I Love You, but Then I'd Have to Kill You. Cross My Heart and Hope to Spy, that landed on my foot. Don't Judge a Girl by Her Cover. And then we got a cover change, so we're judging. Only the Good, Spy Young. Out of Sight, Out of Time, and United We Spy. All of them, 5 out of 5 stars. one of my favorite series ever. It has spies, it has boarding school, it has a romance that's not stupid, and it's YA that doesn't piss me off. Oh my God, beautiful. I started the series when I was mid-teens, and then I finished it a couple years ago when I finally got the last books, and then I did a full reread. Beautiful. Loved it. 5 out of 5 stars, the whole thing. And then we have the most embarrassing fucking thing in the whole world. I started this book, Escaping from Houdini, in August of 2019, and for some fucking reason, never read the last like 50, 60, maybe 80 pages tops. I don't remember. So I read the last 80 pages, and I'm counting it because that's longer than some of the other books, as a December book. 5 out of 5 stars, or is it 4? No, I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I would have given it 5. No, I didn't rate it because it had been so long, and I had kind of forgotten. Like, I picked it up as I was going along. I think it's going to be 5 out of 5 stars because that's what I gave the first one. And the second one, did I say Carrie Maniscalco? That's who wrote this. I think it's going to be that, but I am going to give it a reread sometime this year because I want to read Capturing the Devil, the 4th book. I'm going to reread the whole series, and I think I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 stars. But don't quote me on that because who knows? I could be a shady bitch and give it 4, maybe 3, who knows? And finally, the last book that I read in 2019, the last book of the decade, was poetry. Right. But there's a reason that I picked up another poetry book over something else. This was the book that I helped publish. Cover was done by Haley from Haley and Bookland. I designed the interior, all of the pages, all of our signatures. This is by Marianne Mulhern, another local author. I did this for an editing and publishing course that I took in university when I was doing my English degree. That was English and German when I was double majoring. One of my jobs was to format the interior of this book, and I did it all by myself because the other 2 members of the group were too busy making wet cow eyes at each other. But they're engaged now, so like, woo. But like, y'all didn't do shit. Anyways, petty moment aside, still salty. Years later. I'm a little bit biased. 5 out of 5 stars. Realistically, I don't know what I would rate this if I didn't help publish this book. Like, my name is in the acknowledgements. My name is on the copyright page. Like, what the fuck? My name is on a book? In a book, not on, because prepositions. So I figured it would be fitting to end out the decade with a book that I helped bring to life. My God. And that's it. 44 books because I forgot about the one. Dun, 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 dun. We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray, something Spanish, because I don't remember the words. Let me know down below in the comments, I don't know, something. If you've read any of these books and what you thought of them, and if you think I am absolutely insane, because seconded. Keep in mind though, I only worked maybe 10 shifts max the entire month, and I was home a lot with Tyson, so I wasn't doing too many family things over the holidays, so I had a lot of free time on my hands, but I slept a lot because pregnancy. Or if that's just too much or you don't have a lot of time, drop some hearts down below, preferably purple ones because that's my favorite color. As always, to stay updated with my current reads and how I'm feeling about them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads, all at Your Book Nerd Zoe, which I will leave linked down below in the description box. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope you all have a wonderful day and get at least a little bit of uninterrupted reading time. I'll see you in the next one, and no guarantees, but I'm going to try to not have it be such a long gap between the next time we see each other and this video. I'm gonna try. Bye!